plumes. Now, let me try to explain very quickly. Underseas plumes. What the gentleman said just a moment ago that you took the phone call from, Alex, he's exactly right. And when I heard him say it, I knew I'd get to it in a minute. Undoubtedly, whenever this extreme pressure of 20 to 70,000 pounds per square inch hit that pipe, it probably bursted at numerous points between the floor where they had gone into this strata of oil and the top of the pipe. And now that oil is leaking out as far as 20 miles away. Now, not just 5. NOAA said that they had roughly been able to confirm 20-mile-away plumes. This means that this thing is fractured in many spots.
And let me just add that a batholith is a underground magma chamber that has cooled. A laccolith is one that is still molten. And that was their concern with super deep drilling, is that they would hit these underground magma chambers. And a lot of laymen looking at it coming out under pressure, record pressure, said it looks like a volcano. Well, what does your inside source say? Because that's where this looks like this is leading.
Yes, that's exactly correct. Now, let me go to something much more startling. The black oil in the water in the Gulf of Mexico is not the greatest danger. Are you hearing me? I mean, you've got to understand we are not being told by our president and by our congressman, and they know this. The black stuff that comes out that you call oil is just destroying wildlife, fish and oysters and shrimp and fishermen's occupations and pristine white beaches and the marshlands and the coral reefs. What comes out with the oil? Most people don't realize this, Alex, that there are actually things that come out of the ground with the oil, and what comes out of the ground, out of that gusher with the oil, is causing the death of humans and unborn babies. Folks, please, I have never been so concerned in my life. Most people think only oil comes out. Oil is not the only thing that comes out. I'm going to give them to you right from the EPA. They came out with their report this week. This is the Environmental Protection Agency. They went to the Gulf. They made their test, and they found coming out with the oil are some of the most toxic compounds and gases. They're in the air. They are flammable. They are toxic, and I'm going to name them for you and give you the report right from the Environmental Protection Agency. They are hiding this. I was able to get it. Please write these words down. They announced just this week volatile organic compounds in the air in the Gulf. Did you get those words? This is very important. Volatile organic compounds. They listed some. I'm going to list them for you. This will scare the daylights out of you. In the atmosphere, in the Gulf, number 1, hydrogen sulfide. The levels that are allowed, according to the EPA's own statements, the allowable levels of hydrogen sulfide are 5 to 10 parts per billion. I'm saying these very carefully so you get it. ppb, parts per billion. They tested in the last few days in the Gulf, and the winds are carrying this to the shore. This scares the daylights out of me. Florida's getting it. Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, Louisiana, hydrogen sulfide. Safe levels, 5 to 10 parts per billion. Tested level this past week presently, 1,200 parts per billion. And you wonder why people are getting sick. Let me give you the next one. Benzene. Oh, please. I'm going to read you the contents and how dangerous benzene is in a moment. Benzene. This is toxic. It causes malignancies. It's known to cause leukemia and cancer. The safe level, according to the Environmental Protection Agency's own records, it is so toxic they only allow 0 to 4 parts per billion. The current level in the Gulf of Mexico going to the shore of all of those states and Florida being carried by the winds is 3,000 parts per billion. Folks, this is so startling. The people down there should at least be warned by this 13-year-old adult we call the President of the United States of America. The people should at least be told by this man what they're breathing, what they're facing. And and that 2, 3, 5, 10 years from now, we're going to have deformed babies and people with respiratory problems and people dying. I'm going to give you one more. Well, I must go back to benzene. Wait a minute. I got to read you what it says on benzene. Exposure to low levels of benzene can cause dizziness, drowsiness, headache, confusion, tremor, rapid heartbeat, and unconsciousness. Long-term exposure to benzene can cause damage in the bone marrow and lead to blood problems like leukemia. It also weakens the immune system and targets organs such as the kidneys, lungs, and the brain. Folks, this is so dangerous until even I, as a minister, shudder to think about it. I'm going to give you one more. It was in the EPA's report. Methylene chloride, safe levels of methylene chloride that a person can breathe in the air, and this is airborne, in the Gulf. Safe levels, 61 parts per billion. The current levels that were just found a few days ago by the EPA, 3,000 to 3,400 parts per billion. And the American people are not being warned that they're breathing this toxic, flammable stuff. And, Alex, a hurricane. I shudder to think about it. A hurricane could carry this stuff all the way up the east coast of America, and no health care system in the world would ever be able to pay the hospital bills of what people are going to suffer. Alex, I'm sure.
Well, the good news is there's tens of trillions of gallons. In fact, I don't know the number. Guys, do a search engine on estimated gallons of water in the Gulf of Mexico / Caribbean. I mean, the good news is, though, even though you're saying your sources have this at 4 or 5 million gallons a day, not 500 million. Even though all that's going on, that a lot of this is going to be dispersed and diluted. I mean, I'm not saying it, but I mean, certainly the people are getting sick who are cleaning this up. And I had thought, I mean, I know there is some of these toxins in oil, depending on where you drill. It varies. As you know, Lindsay, working for oil companies, you have the sweet crude that's very clean. You have the regular crude that has a lot of other things in it. And a lot of the toxic waste that we deal with in the oil industry is the byproducts and what to do with it all. But any way you slice it, it's a catastrophe. But I mean, going back, you talked about nukes. And I remember this 2 weeks ago. Now they're on Fox. Now they have the government saying we may have to nuke. We may have to drill in and do this. What did your sources say about nukes?
My source was scared to death. He said to me, Chaplain, the only way that I can see to stop this is a nuclear device. And he said, I could hear the fear in his voice. He said, a nuke, because of the strata that BP has drilled into, which nobody probably has ever drilled into before. And he said, because of the extreme pressure that's already there and what has happened to that pipe, he said, to put a nuke in there would take months in the first place. Because he said we've got to angle drill in order to get down to it, to be able to do it. He said, Chaplain, the thing that frightens me so much is that if we use a nuke, that we might succeed. And he said, hopefully we can. But he said, if we don't, he said, we crack that strata further, and it will never be stopped, and it will flow like this and even more forever. And he said, that frightens me.
All right, let me bring this up. And I looked it up. Vanadium is a chemical element with the symbol V, an atomic number 23. It is a soft, silver gray, ductile transition metal. The formation of the oxide layer stabilizes the metal against oxidation. And it says it was discovered in 1801. And the report I've got here is, and this is an email, we have to look into this, this is unconfirmed, only taking Gulf Coast calls. 2 nights ago, my friend, who works for a consultant with a toxicologist that works for the EPA, showed my friend and I a private memo from a top EPA official asking all consultants and researchers to pull up as much scientific information on vanadium. Apparently, they are reporting extremely high levels of vanadium because they're drilling so deep, folks, and upper management is getting upset because they do not have any valid research information on exposure of vanadium in the Gulf. Previously, there's been a small study done in 2006 that measures small amounts of vanadium being released. Vanadium is highly toxic. Please report on this. You might get EPA consultant to call in. My friend will not give me the document. Guys, do a search, because I bet some of this is leaked. Vanadium being released in the Gulf. Lindsey Williams, did you hear anything about vanadium?
No, vanadium was not mentioned in any of my conversations, but, Alex, the way that this thing is progressing so rapidly from day to day, I will probably be making updates weekly on this as I contact my sources in what's happening, and I will be glad to ask them about vanadium.
And I'm glad to hear you're also putting together an emergency DVD report that we'll talk about in the next segment. I want to jam in a few more calls, but you'll be with us for 30 minutes into the next hour, and we'll do that same procedure from yesterday, but this time we'll take your calls where I give out the